All right, what's up, guys? Episode 94 of Who the Heck Are We? Clara Manzano here in behalf of Claudia Perrine. Keep chugging, guys, throughout the pandemic. Let's go.
Let's
So,
go.
we can never have enough kwentuhan with Matt. And I didn't
Nope.
want to break our pre stream chat. And I
Okay.
couldn't air it because we were saying a lot of stuff. So, it's gonna be Matt's second time on the show. And of course, sulit eh. I wouldn't be surprised if we end up having Matt for a third run or something,
Oh
no?
gosh,
Because
yeah.
we had a great chat and I just hated that we had to cut it because guys, we gotta behave. We're going live. So,
He was
content
actually one of our
credentials.
first guests, di ba?
Yes,
One of our
one of the
first
OG guests
OG
alongside the likes of
guests.
Joven, Enrique,
Yes.
OJ Porteria. So there you go. Our guest is Matt Nierras. Take a look at the credentials. Matt
Woohoo! Look
added
at that.
also,
Look
we
at
were just
that.
chatting earlier this evening. He's one of the longest tenured players in Stallion-Laguna FC. And Matt's
Seven
picked up some
minutes.
silverware. And of course, my schoolmate, the former DLSU football captain, he picked up silver in the
Yes.
14-15 UAAP season. Claudia, you think you can get the drum roll or is your MacBook still getting some problems? I'll bring in Matt already.
Do you hear me?
Bang! There you go.
Yo,
Hey, Matt.
what's up?
Welcome to the show.
What's
Hello.
up? Thank you for
S-
guesting
Thank you for
again on
having
our
me.
show.
Real quick,
Yeah.
what episode was I on the first time? Because you said 94, so it's
Oof.
been
Oh my
over a
gosh.
year, about
Mga
a year and a
20.
half.
A year and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it was 2020 bubble. It was when we did the
Yeah.
first one, and then time flies.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
It does. Wait.
Siguro, mga episode 30 ka.
Sir, yeah,
30,
around
yeah.
that, no?
Yeah. 30 or
And you
definitely
were in
mga
the
Uh,
40.
bubble pa. You were in the hotel.
yeah, exactly. That was our about two and a half week bubble.
Yeah.
Hope it never happens again.
Oh please, yeah. We
I've
don't
been hearing
want that.
things about bubbles from people, not in
No,
football, other sports saying,
no,
please, no bubble. Yeah.
no, thank
Yeah.
you.
We don't want
It,
any bubbles
it's
at
only
all.
fun to be in a bubble NBA because they're in Disney World, so you're trapped in a theme park,
Oh yeah,
right?
that's
Oh
That's the
next
yeah.
only
level.
one. Yeah.
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 That
They,
spoiled
they
all
get to
for
play golf.
expectations.
Yeah.
Right?
They basically had a private theme park, resort, hotel,
Uh,
everything to themselves, so you can't really complain about that.
yeah. Epcot
That is
Center.
true. Yeah.
It's annoying.
So, anyway, Matt, it's been a long time. How was life? Congratulations to you and your family on your third baby girl. So you're a hashtag girl dad. Tito Coach Ernie was saying, "Oh, we're gonna have baby girl number 3 in Matthew's family." Um, when was that? A few weeks ago, and here you are now. Okay, your third baby girl was born. Copa's gonna come soon. I don't know how work's been for you. So how is it? That seems like a crazy blender. Everything together.
It's I don't know. I want to say it's the same, but it's not. Third baby girl. I mean, it's like newborn, getting into it all over again. Um, but um, I have to say, my wife is very very nice to me. She's not. You know how there are always like horror stories of like people saying, "Oh, they never sleep at night" and stuff like that. She only wakes me up at night when she really, really needs me. Most of the time, she'll handle it on her own. And our baby's actually really good. She's not. I don't think she's too demanding at night.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so as if my wife can, she'll take care of it. If she really needs me, she'll wake me up, and then she's very understanding. Considering we start training at 6:30 a.m. and then so I'm up at 5:30, brush teeth, get dressed, maybe have a bite, and then go travel to Binyan, and then
Mm-hmm.
home by like 10:30, and then I get away with working at home right now, so I can help out throughout the day with her. So I make up for it during the day, and then she lets me get my time to sleep at night.
Mm-hmm. Two things, Claudia, before you get to you. So I don't know if your third your third daughter is a bit more chill. I remember you posting a story of your second born, Sienna. She was like ripping off the covers of those shoe cases, the plastic ones.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, the shoe
some
boxes, yeah.
some
Oh my
kids are
goodness.
censored. Yeah. So it seems like your third is chill right now.
Third is
Um,
chill right now. The other one has she's turning 3 in a few months. So actually, right now is her terrible twos.
Oh.
So it's fine. It's still okay. She's learning. She's learning to be an ate now. Um, so it's still a transitional. period for her learning. Like she doesn't know how rough she is. Like she thinks she's being gentle, but really she's like poking the baby.
Oh, poking the baby. Oh my god.
And then
Blink, blink, blink.
I don't know if it helps that you're in shape. So there's more running around in circles, chasing three kids now.
Oh
It's
yeah.
one kid,
She
two kids,
actually
now three.
so my second Sienna, she actually went to her first football lesson today.
Uh-huh. So I got
Yeah,
something.
so
Yeah. Carry
so
on.
obviously what's this called? Alert levels went down. Like all the
Oh,
kids
there
are.
you
Oh, there it
go.
is. All
Yeah.
the all the kids are starting now. So this is her first session out. So it was a moment today for her.
Mm-hmm.
Look
Being a
at
And
those
she
soccer
seemed
dad.
like she
shoes.
enjoyed it. So yeah, those are actually Robin shoes.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
They
hand me
still
down,
they
of
still
course.
fit.
Hand me
Yeah,
downs.
always. And then she's got that custom Stallion jersey, of course.
Right.
Sienna.
Wearing your number 3. Yep,
Yeah.
Claudia.
Which one is it? Your second? Okay.
She is the second, yes.
All right. And what's the name of your first one?
Robin.
Robin. And your third?
The third is Noelle Astrid, but her nickname's Noah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Coach Ernie is saying, all these baby girls now, ano, kids of Matt, kids of Stefan Schrock, everyone that all end up playing women's national team. You were saying in our previous episode,
Get them
right?
ready. Get
Coach
them
Ernie.
No,
ready.
yeah. Patrick, Patrick Gato and
Dato.
Tasha just
Yes.
had a baby
Yeah.
girl. Yeah,
Yeah.
Congratulations
they
to
just had a
them.
baby girl. And
Wow.
Yeah.
then I have a bunch of other former teammates who are gonna give birth soon or just got pregnant. So I feel like we're gonna have a nice little generation of football talent coming out in a
Uh-huh.
few years.
Okay. So
Wow.
I am buying more stocks of my Hirai FC. They're the women's counterpart of Stallion. So
There you
calling
go.
it there. Right, Claudia.
Wow. So it's cute. Oh, courtesy of Ernie Nierras, we actually have
Coach
a
Ernie.
comment. So don't.
Yeah, man. One more.
Mhm.
I think, yeah, Matt, you're in that succession of the armband. I think you're one of the co-captains of Stallion. So yeah, hence
Yeah.
Capitan.
Yeah.
Claudia, you got any questions?
Yeah. No. So with family time, how was it? Um, balancing, especially now with the Copa, balancing being a father, being a husband, you're working. Now you have
Engineer.
three an engineer. And I think you also design jerseys. How do you get to balance all
Every
this?
Yes, all the shirts again were made by Matt, right?
Oh, there
All
you
designed
go.
by Matt. There you go. Yes, back to
Yeah.
you
So
guys.
every hat, like
It's
you're a father, player, you're a designer, you're a husband.
Yeah, kulang na lang you drive the bus to Stallion to an away
Yeah.
game.
Kulang na
Yeah.
lang,
well, I drive half the equipment, so I guess that counts.
okay, there you go.
I
That counts. That
I
counts.
have I always keep the uniforms with me, so obviously you can't play without the uniform. So
So
that's
you're the
always
kit man. There you go. You're the kit
basically,
man.
yeah. I make the kits. We always prepare it before the game, so also make sure everyone's nice and decked out.
Mhm.
I always like to think we have one of the best kits every season. Is always my goal.
Beautiful.
Hence
Yes.
this.
Yeah.
This was a nice tie dye sample. It's a one of one.
Zoom
Ooh.
Um,
that in.
Undecided if we want to give it to the players or not. If they're nice to
Stand
me,
up.
maybe.
Yeah. Stand up. Let's look at
You
it.
can
Let's look
show
at it.
it.
Oh,
Damn.
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah. There you
Damn.
go. Okay. Yeah. So how do you get to balance that, Matt?
hmm And you're still in
Honestly,
shape.
sometimes I have no idea. I sometimes it's like like with Claro with some of the shirts, like I'll forget. I genuinely forget because I'm working on other stuff or I'm taking care of the kids, and he'll ask me like, "Oh, can I get this stuff?" And I'm like, "No, no, you cannot. I'm sorry, I'm busy."
Yeah. Oh, I'm
And
not.
then
I'm not.
I'll
Go
try
ahead.
to
Go ahead.
I'll try to make it up to him like the next day. Like I'll get an hour or two free, and then I'll be like, okay, I'll give it to you at this time. And then so I'd like to think I'm reliable sometimes in that sense, but then
hmm
it's a lot of it's a lot of time management. It's a lot of
Right.
um well, like okay, so like I said earlier, training starts 6:30,
Yep.
home by 10:30, and then so that's football. Football's done in that
Yeah.
morning, basically, and then so the rest of my day starts then. So it's ends up just as brunch, like a big brunch, make up for not having breakfast yet, and then I want to get ahead of lunch so I can just work straight. So then, depending on what needs to get done first, or if we have meetings with the family company, I'll take care of that, and then um, the shirt designs depending on what needs to get done, or if I need to put a stallion order in. Like say recently, we just signed a bunch of new players, so needed to
Mhm.
have their uniforms made, and then had the boss man asked for more staff polo shirts, so we had to come up with a design for that, and then whatever Claro or Greggy asks me to do for if we're doing team jerseys. Hopefully, we get more now since team sports are allowed again. And then we started coming out with more golf shirts, cycling apparel, just whatever right now, just trying new things.
So the only thing you don't do is shoot a basketball in your free time because you don't
Yeah,
play
goodness.
basketball.
No,
Oh,
not a
No.
basketball person.
exactly. I want to share real quick though. I feel a bit better now because I know I'm part time now, right? With the shirts thing, we're doing cuts, stallion. So when I've only been working as of late when it's a stallion order. Oh, it's my favorite drink. So I feel
Ooh,
good.
good
I'm
Pocari.
giving Matt, I know
Pocari, Pocari.
more free time now. So like
Love it.
when it's a stallion order, okay, boom.
Yeah.
Carl, if I can add something, so you do all of that stuff. I see how you figure out the priorities. What do you do if, oh no, I'm running out of time
Yeah.
and you gotta achieve something? Are you gonna say, oh, cut, I'm done. I'm
Which
done
one
for
goes
this thing
first?
and I have to go to the next. Do you do a hard and fast rule? By 12 finished or not finished, kick that out, next task.
Um, Depends. Sometimes it's like if I need to finish, if it needs to get done, like say for you, like with a shirt design, it needs to get out today. I'll figure it out. But like with my wife, usually by it's for me it's family time between about 6 to 8. That's slightly, it moves a bit depending because now that we have 3 kids, so she's with the baby, so then I take care of the two other ones. So I'll prepare their food. I'll help them with dinner. I'll help my wife clean up if anything needs to get done, or I'll help her with the baby if she needs help there, and then give the kids a bath, hang out with them for a bit, and then when it's about 8 o'clock, 8:30 for bedtime, um, that's when I get to the kids stay with their mom or whoever. They're nomads. They'll sleep with my parents. They'll sleep with my sisters. They have a whole like routine, a schedule, everything. So that's on them. They also don't want to be around the baby because if she cries in the middle of the night, they're not too happy with that. And then so say at about 8:30 to about 10, I'll try to catch up anything that wasn't finished earlier. Like like 10:30, 10:30 is about my end of day. Like by
Right.
this time I need to have finished whatever needs to get finished, send it out, um shower, then sleep. Because then I have to get up around 5:30
Repeat.
for training the next day. Yeah.
Football, repeat.
Repeat.
Football
Repeat.
repeat. Yep.
Yeah. All right. So Matt, we have two. I think we opened a Pandora's box. We have two. I believe your teammates regarding the
I
jersey
saw
that
them.
you're wearing. Right. It says give.
Not your
Right.
size.
Oh, not your
Nice.
side. And then we have a. There you go.
Yeah, and Brian,
Thank you.
thank you in
Thank you.
advance.
That, yeah.
Isa ka pa, no, not your size.
Not your side.
Ah,
So
Too
wrong
big,
that's
size.
too big for
yeah.
Brian, too small for Giles.
Oh
So
yeah.
then, so they have to figure it out. Swap na lang. Sila bahala.
Kailangan may
Never.
kasayos ni Matt mag-comment and then baka pwede ibigyan.
Mhm.
So
No,
Matt,
no, I don't want to give it out na.
let's stick to your jersey. How do you get your ideas with the design? I mean, like now with the tie-dye that was siguro naging uso yan, 90s or during the 80s, 90s, the tie-dye, di ba? So how does those concepts come to you?
So a lot of it comes from just, uh, in general, what I see coming out of the bigger football teams, because obviously those are the ones that are marketed the best, and obviously like they'll always see stuff where it shows, hi, oh
They
here's
can cameo
here's
if
the
they want.
monster,
Oh,
here's the
hello.
monster. This
Which
one
monster?
is this
Ah,
one
This is
is number
Sienna.
two.
Hi.
Say
This is
hi.
Sienna,
hi,
right?
This is
Sienna.
Sienna.
You know.
Hi. Wave.
Say hi.
Hello.
Say hi.
Say hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Uh,
You're on live. Yeah, you're with Daddy.
Okay.
Uh,
Good night.
You can
Okay,
join Daddy
bye.
if you want. Bye,
Bye.
Sienna.
oh, cute.
All right, she couldn't hear us. Matt's in headphones.
Bye.
I just realized.
That's
Bye.
right.
Yeah,
At least she saw us wave,
it's
right?
fine.
Hello, Sienna. Yes.
See, that's on time. 8:32, going to bed.
Oh, there you go. Wow.
Clockwork.
Ganda.
So,
Yeah.
Great.
anyway, so back to the jersey designs. A lot of it comes from I feel like it's cheating because you're seeing like teams will always pre-market their jerseys for the next season, right? And then
Yeah.
so we
Right.
see it ahead of time. And then so initially it'll come from that. We'll see like what the trends are.
Right.
And then so like I think there was 1 or 2 years where it was very geometric, and then so like lots of shapes like stripes,
Yeah.
different variations of stripes, triangles. Like I think Spain had it at the World Cup. There was like a different colored triangles, and then it sort of starts like that, and then it goes to me like just my personal taste with clothing, and like what I like stuff I follow on Instagram or Facebook if I see it, and then um yeah, I guess the trend. So like more recently I noticed a lot of clubs are doing I want to say it's like modern retro.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
like you
Nostalgia
like
and all.
Claudia said, like a tie-dye is a very 80s 90s design,
Yeah.
and
That's right.
this would never make it as a playing jersey just because of the restrictions of what
Okay.
AFC and the PFL allow. But like as a travel shirt or like a pre-match shirt,
Right.
this is completely fine. And like I'd like to say it's aesthetically pleasing, and like to do tie-dye in how we do our jerseys with sublimation is actually really hard. And like Clara and I have been thinking about doing something like this for the longest time, but I could just never figure it out. For like a year, maybe I was trying to figure it out when I had spare time. I just could not figure it out. And then now I did. And like I was really happy with this. But
Yeah.
then now I'm never giving it away because everyone wants it.
There
So
you go.
sorry
Mine.
to the buddies here.
Yeah.
We got
Those that
this
are
is Giles
watching.
and Brian.
Sorry,
Sorry, guys.
now.
Yeah.
Sorry. Which goes to my question. I think this.
All right. Let's fix up the camera.
Yeah. Let's look at it.
There
Here
you
we
go.
What's with any story behind the pink? I love pink at the moment.
Right. So the stallion, right? They're only
Yeah.
clean
Yeah.
to wear pink.
So
If others do,
yeah, so
if
we're
stallions first.
that's our thing. Pink is known. Our stallion is known for pink. And
Right.
then according to my dad, it was initially done to support the Malditas, the Philippine women's team. So that was the basis for that. And then I'd say maybe it was like 10 or more years ago when we first started wearing pink. And then if I remember correctly, the very first Stallion jersey I had was it was pink with a big black star outline, which was based
I think
off
I remember
the
this.
Juventus.
Yes.
It was based off a
Okay.
Juventus jersey. Yeah. And then so that was the very first one I had, and then ever since then we've had a pink jersey. And then ever since I started designing the jerseys, the first one that always gets designed is the pink one, and then the other colors will just be based on how we think we want to go.
Right.
Because say like black is a very used color
Mhm.
in our league with our teams. So we had a black jersey 2 years ago, 2020 bubble, and
Yeah.
then it was nice at first, but then like United has black, Kaya has
Kaya.
black, now Maharlika
Maharlika.
has black.
Hard to call it black.
Um, who
Cebu,
else?
like recently
Cebu
joined,
was
right? It's
red.
grayish.
Red and white.
Oh, okay.
Red.
Right,
Same
right, right.
same
I
with
can picture now.
same with Mendiola, and I think they have a
Yellow
yellow.
is red.
But but still, like three out of 7 teams use black, so it's like I don't really wanna. I don't want to have to be the 4th team to use black.
Yeah.
So
As
then-
much as I like that black jersey, like I don't blame you
Yeah.
for making that choice of let's be a
Yeah.
bit more. Oh wow,
That's
this
right.
is something new.
Yeah,
Boom.
black is always gonna be. I think you can never go wrong with black. But also,
That's correct.
realistically, if we're playing 4 o'clock games, or even
Oh.
before like 2, 3 o'clock games,
Oh no.
would you want to play black? Like,
No,
man.
that's heavy. That's
And then
heavy.
you
And then
got the
Plus,
infill
yeah.
smelling from the sun.
Oh yeah.
oh
Plus
gosh,
plus
yeah,
pink
absorbing
is
it.
gonna be pink is so distinct. So like if you think pink in Philippine football, you'll know Stallion.
Stallion
So
is the game name the
that's
Is
game.
that's
there
us.
is there any other international team that's pink?
Not as a main color,
Yeah,
no.
parang wala, no?
But as a secondary color, maybe. I think Japan women, what they do with
Okay,
their jerseys, because the men will have it mainly blue with red or white trim. The women will do pink. I think South Korea has a
Yes,
gradient jersey, but it's more
yeah,
like it's like reddish white, and then like just a transition in that
Hmm.
fade goes to
right.
pink. So I don't really count that. But like as like a solid pink color,
Wala.
not
Not too
including
many. Yeah.
goalkeepers, yeah, I don't think there are any teams. Well, also because national teams, because the most common colors are gonna be your red, white, blue.
Like,
It's true.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
red, white, blue is the most common national team colors, I think.
So we have a
I'd agree.
question here.
Yes, before we carry on,
Yeah,
Matt, I
when
think
will the
you can
new
give the
When
answer.
will
When will the
um
new kit of Stallion be released? I can give an answer based on what you've been having me do, but let's hear it from you, of course.
well, I gotta check with Sabrina. My sister takes care of the orders, but
Hmm.
we're being practical, and we only played 3 games last year, so we're like, why are we
Hmm.
gonna make a whole set of new kits
Hmm.
for like a whole new set of designs? So we're reusing designs from last year, but we should release or I mean the we should take orders again soon. I think Clara and I we just discussed we were gonna prioritize get the new players out first because I wanted to make sure I had that on hand. I didn't want to be the reason someone can't play because they don't have a uniform.
Yeah.
So that was the priority, and then I guess let's just say this week we'll take orders again so
right.
people can get their stallion shirts.
All right. So that is
There
the
you go.
answer for Chino de la Rosa.
De La
So
Rosa.
let's carry on. You mentioned one magic name, Coach Ernie or your dad, but something I know you wanted to talk about. You have the Stallion-Laguna FC Festival. That's in April 23. Could you tell us about it? Is that a youth tournament? What is it?
I have to double check actually. I know
Yeah.
it's mostly men and women open. Just because when we were planning it, um, we weren't sure how the pandemic and all the alert levels would be, and also based on Binyan what they would be okay with. Because
Hmm.
if I'm not mistaken, only kids up to 7 or 8 have been
Oh, don't worry.
vaccinated.
Yeah.
Coach is here
Yeah,
to help.
so there you go.
Oh,
Youth and men and women's and co-ed.
go ahead.
Hi, Coach. Good evening.
Hi, coach.
Thanks for tuning in. All right. So there. So do you guys get enough teams already, or are you just about to open registration, or are you guys
I
gonna
think
announce the details
I
soon?
think we're still open to registration since a lot of people just started playing again,
That's true.
and so get the word out there already that this can be one of the first tournaments for them back.
Hmm.
Since a lot of academies just started again, a lot of open plays just opened up again, so that's gonna be a whole thing. We're gonna do. We want to bring back the Friday night, Friday, Saturday night football, maybe even Sunday, depending on what's available. But like that was actually doing really well for us pre-pandemic. I think there, there.
There. Okay. So we announced the new Stallion team, and then we announced the Stallion Laguna FC Festival in April 23. Uh,
There
we
you go.
appreciate the opportunity. Coach Ernie, Matt, family, Tire Stallion FC. So I think that does it, no, for that festival. So people follow Stallion's page, Stallion Laguna Football Club Philippines. So a bit more football kwentuhan. So your dad's your coach, of course, but that's not why you're on the team because you proved it. You've been playing for a hell of a long time. Coach Hans was your coach in college. So these are two personalities. How's the Coach Hans, Coach Ernie? People would he be in the end of, let's say, a high tone of voice or an intense tone of voice? So how's it
Oh
with
yeah,
both?
well, first off, you're setting me up to get in trouble here, regardless. But is what it is. But obviously, your obvious similarities are they're both very loud, very passionate. I mean, it's not loud like obnoxious. It's just they're both very
Mm-hmm.
passionate about the game. And that's something you initially, for people that don't really know them, like if you've met them for the first time or if it's your first game, like being around them and stuff, you're gonna be so shocked and you'd be probably be so intimidated. You'd be like, oh, like you'd probably be like, oh, that guy's an asshole or something. Um, but then once you get to know them, you're just like they just like really want to win. They want you to do better. They want you to perform. And so I think that's always something that's misunderstood, um, with a lot of people, a lot of coaches, not just the two of them, but they're also just very well known in the local football scene. And that's what they're more or less both known for.
Mm-hmm. It's that love for the game. You can feel that they're gonna give 1,000% to help you or whoever that player may be, do their best,
Oh, yeah.
get
I
the
mean,
win.
if
Simple as
you,
this.
yeah, if you yourself are giving 1,000%, you also want your people, your players to give that 1,000%. I mean, like,
Hmm.
why would I give a lot and then not get anything from you? Like,
Right.
it doesn't work that way. That's not fair.
Reciprocate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. As simple
Matt,
as this.
but who actually? I'm not sure if you answered this in our first episode, first guest thing. But who influenced you to play football?
Um, I'm just gonna say my dad. I mean, he was the football player from my parents.
Mhm.
Um, I have old photos. I was young. I don't really remember so much anymore. But I just know I started at a very young age, and then so that was in the U.S. I was born there, moved back to the Philippines, continued football, got into apparently I got into swimming, but then I found out you couldn't wear board shorts. You had to wear
The
the
Speedos.
tight
speedos.
the
Well,
speedos,
now
and
it's
I was like,
compression shorts,
I'm
right?
out.
Yeah,
No,
but us
at that
us
time it
growing up,
wasn't.
it was the
Yeah, it was
brief.
like
Yeah.
it was the briefs, and I was like,
Yeah.
nah, I'm out. And then later on, I was like, oh, they came out with like the boxer brief compression short style ones, and now that's one of the things like, oh, maybe I should have continued it, but I was just being a little dickhead
Yeah.
back then. And
I
then I
started.
also took up taekwondo for a while, for
Okay,
years.
that's the
And that
kicking.
was fun. Yeah, and then in come high school, I decided I just wanted to focus
Oh, there you
on
go.
football.
Football. There you
Because your
go.
father.
So coach made
Taekwondo.
sure to add
Man,
the
man won't
taekwondo.
let me tell my own story.
So with that, was he strict on you in terms of your sport? Like, was he like
Um,
so disciplined that you gotta wake up at this time, you gotta do
no
this much
naman.
push-ups?
No naman. But it was more of just being able to make sure I could perform with all the sports, but also still perform academically, because that's obviously still a big thing. You didn't wanna push sports and then start failing, but you also didn't want to focus too much on school that you're not having fun
Yeah,
Right.
and exploring new things and everything. Um,
yeah.
So
so yeah,
can't
I want
go.
I want to say it was like
Yeah.
the right balance of letting me be me, but also making sure I wasn't like messing around and doing dumb stuff.
Hmm. Yeah, because you just said it. Can't go too much. Ball is life. Because you said there has to be the balance. Can't be
The
too much
balance.
school.
Yeah, yeah.
Can't be too much of just kicking the ball around or kicking people in taekwondo if you're pissed at them. No, I'm just kidding. They're very responsible with their in martial arts. Yeah. So how's the team shaping up? Yeah. Oh, so I gotta let him to do dumb stuff is my job. Coach, I should have invited you. I will, pero your episode is recent lang, no? I was telling
Yeah, it was
the
like
Matt,
3 weeks ago, 4 weeks
let's
ago.
get a bunch of Nierras together. We got the McDaniels before. I think we're gonna do it again. So let's get the Nierras next time.
I like that comment.
Yeah.
The stuff is my job.
See, Coach got your
Does
back.
he really
Right.
do the dumb stuff though, Matt?
So yeah, splash it again.
Depends.
Right. So for those in audio,
Depends. Yeah. He'll. Well, okay. It's like this is like your kind of double standard in parenting, because with us, like you would think, okay, your parents would be like, okay, don't eat too much junk food, don't eat too much chocolate, and then so with my kids, I'm like that. I'm like, you can't have candy before dinner. Have dinner first, and then you get a little something. But my dad would be like, here, have the bag of jelly beans. Don't tell your mom and dad. Have some Mountain Dew.
The
and,
grandpa
and
comes
then
out.
you're
He's the
like,
grandpa. And then
You're like,
exactly, he's gonna be like, I'm gonna be like, can you stop giving them candy before dinner? Let them eat first. I was like, that's your problem. That's not mine. I'm the grandpa. They're supposed to love me.
yeah. When you look at the roles, it's the parents who are strict, and then enjoy life. It's you go 2 generations up to the grandparents.
Yeah,
I had it
it's a
similar.
complete flip once the grandkids come out.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're
So
gonna
of course,
spoil them kids.
Coach Ernie enjoying being a grandparent. Yes. But we had the Stallion squad, pretty much come over to the show. A lot of new guys. Cameron, Gabe. Gabe's coming back. You have guys like Ronilo Bayan, a lot of homegrown players. You got Pena. How's the team shaping up in training? And then to mix the women's national team, they'll be joining training. So that's a lot going on.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on. But it's nice because I want to say this team, we're a bit our bench, or well, not our bench, but our team in general is a lot more. It's a deeper selection of players, a lot more variety of styles in terms of what um certain players bring to the team. So, like you said, we added some youth players like Justin Pena, Migs de Mesa, and then got a couple new foreigners coming in, and then some other, I guess, seasoned seasoned local players. You have Mari Angeles, yeah, Bayan, and then so it's gonna take a minute to get everyone um gelled together, I guess. Like still learning how to play together, and then we're trying out different systems, seeing who works together, who doesn't, your rotation of foreigners and locals, like if we want to play a certain way, who's like the preferred 11 for this, and then if you want to change it up, who's your next 11. And then you said with the women's players, we had Camilo Rodriguez and the Castaneda sisters training with us for a bit. They just went out earlier this week. I think they flew out
Yeah.
to Australia. But Cam and Annika were training with us for a few weeks. I mean, so they were able to maintain their fitness from their World Cup qualifiers, and then took some time off, and then stayed fit. So at least when they go to uh, their training camp in Australia, they're fit already.
Hmm.
Three brothers on Stallion.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Who's
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. Three brothers.
Bolden,
McDaniel, Bolden.
Bolden.
Do we go Nierras or Alquiros? But that makes it
You got it.
4 or 5,
Mm,
right?
You
But
got
no,
Bolden. You got
current. If current, yeah, wait long. If current, no, obviously our sisters are retired.
here.
Um,
yeah.
There.
he's gonna
So
answer it. Let's just wait for that.
yeah,
Yeah. There you
there
go.
you go.
There is.
Oh, okay.
There's McDaniel, Rodriguez, Aquiles.
Yep. So Rodriguez is what
Yeah.
we have also
Then
right there. Bolden, yeah. Finn wanted to say, "Oh, we're the better Bolden McDaniel tandem and stallion." They were saying on air, so that was a good laugh. But chemistry, Matt,
yeah.
you guys looking good, or are you still willing to do some testing? You guys start your Copa campaign a little later than other teams.
You
Is
got
that
young
going
ones,
good?
really. Yeah, you got really good young.
Chemistry going good? Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a lot of younger players. It's actually weird because now that I think about it, I'm actually on the older end now.
All right.
I used to
Time
be
flies,
I
eh?
used to
You're
Yeah.
the
be
veteran.
yeah, exactly. I used to be the kid on the team, and
You're the
then
kuya.
like we were going over the lineup and like all the player info, like their ages, nationalities, all that stuff, positions. And then I realized like I'm
Damn.
yeah, I was like fuck, I just turned 29, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm like on the older. I'm on like the upper half of the team already, and then I'm looking at the kids we added, and like so you have a bunch of other 23 guys, but like Justin, I think just turned 20, Migs just turned 20, and then we have some
Umi
youth players.
Abelarde, right? Abelarde.
Yeah,
Is
we
one of
have
the
Umi
last
is one
minute
of
yeah,
them.
guys.
Umi
Yeah.
I think is 16, and
17.
I'm 16 or 17, and
Yeah.
then I'm just like, what was I? What like so when like so I went back. I was like, okay, I started playing for Stallion like 10 years ago, and then so like Umi was like 6, and it's like he was like the age of my daughter when I started playing for Stallion, and then now he's my teammate. And then I was like, we have a 13-year age gap, and I'm just like, am I like
Damn.
that old, or are the kids now just getting that good? Like,
Oh yeah.
where are we at?
Yeah, I'm
And
used to
then
seeing like the Balot being your senior, and then I think you have Munoz, your keeper. There, the Pickering also. Yes, coach
Yeah.
yeah,
who
Charles, yeah,
joined
the
us.
Charles is also young.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charles was on the show too. So I'm still used to seeing that generation of football where it's like Matt and Nathan, the younger guys, and then yan is Balot nga
No,
up
yeah,
there.
it's really weird. It's really weird because I would still think sometimes I'm only like 22, 23, and then I realized no,
Uh-huh.
you are not. You are old.
I'll agree with you. Yeah, we're in our like late 20s already, no. So
Yeah.
whew, my stamina's going a bit
It's
down, so got to
weird.
work out a
It's
bit more
weird.
on my end. I know, right? Feels a bit old, but
Wait,
God, yeah,
you wanna ask this
we
question
can go with
or
your question before we go on with the
no?
comments. You know,
There's actually a good question
yeah,
by a
sure,
comment because they already answered my question.
okay.
In your opinion, who's the prospect to watch out for in Stallion this year? Glad to see Stallion
Um,
giving young players a chance to play pro football. That's actually a
I'd
very good,
say
Nice.
yeah, very good
I'm
question.
a bit biased to the Stallion kids right now. We like to call them the Stallion toddlers. That's our that's our that's our family joke.
Mhm.
So
You don't call them
toddlers
pony or
refers
anything. Different
I was
horse.
gonna say you
nah
don't
nah
call them ponies.
Yeah, or
nah.
Shetland.
That
Yeah.
that would be that would that's too baseball. I think
Right, right.
Oh
baseball
That's
yeah, yeah,
baseball
yeah,
in
age
yeah,
levels
pony,
general.
is
yeah,
that.
yeah,
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 yeah, yeah.
so we kept it simple and we were like, first we're gonna say Stallion kids, but like no, that really refers to the academy. And so like
Yeah.
let's just call them toddlers. So we call them our Stallion toddlers, and those are basically our, I'd say, about our U21s. So yeah, like you said, you mentioned Umi. I consider Justin and Migs and Charles part of the toddlers, and
Hmm.
then you have the Karaig brothers, and then also I think Matty Lozano completes the toddler group if I'm not mistaken.
Hmm.
Um, but I think Justin right now um, is playing really well. Um,
Justin. Okay.
Pena.
yeah, Justin
Yeah.
Pena, yeah. Um, because he was actually training with us. I want to say 2 3 years ago, when he was still here in high school in Zobel, and then during his off season, he would come train with us. And then because our dads are friends, they have some business together, but then so they've known each other for a long time, and then he was just like, oh, can Justin train with you off season because he plans on going to the US, so he wants to
He did. Yeah.
maintain like a high level of training and everything. And so he was doing that at least a summer before he moved to the US. And then so even last year, when he came back, he was training with us for a bit. And then I'm really happy that he got called up to the U23s, and then he gets to play with us now. Um, so I think he's one to watch out for.
Hmm.
In their most recent tournament, um, I feel like he wasn't. I don't know if it was him, his position, or like just the team because it's fairly new team. But I don't think he played how he's playing with us now, like in training and everything. How he's playing now wasn't what he was able to showcase there.
Right.
And so for me, he's rather underrated.
Wow.
He's a bit small, but he's a fighter. And
Hmm.
then
That's what I like.
another one of my kids is Migs de Mesa. I think he played with ADT last year, but right now he's in training. He's just flying. I think needs some work. Still young, but he's kind of like a little
Yeah.
energizer bunny. So
Yeah.
the kid just runs. Like he's playing as a wingback right now, and he just runs. And like I want to say that used to be me 10 years ago, but then not anymore.
Not anymore. But he's playing the stallion way, of course, as we
Yeah,
learned
he's
in the
he's
previous
like
episode.
he was one of our he was I want to say he was one of um our what's the term, kind of like your, I think it's like diamonds in the rough kind of thing, because he wasn't really played in ADT last year, the year before, but I remember
Hmm.
when we had a friendly or two against him, he was there. Like when we rotate players and you trying to give everyone minutes. Like I remember seeing him, and then so he at first, and when we started training this year, he went kind of under the radar, and then I think as he got more comfortable playing with older people and stuff, because he's only 20 now. I think he's what,
Mhm.
second, third year college, and then the college kids haven't had you up for 3 years, including this year, because they're not gonna have you up again. So there was you don't have that transitional period from playing in high school to the pro level. Like that's such a big it's such a big ask.
Yeah.
Um, and then
It's
so
tough.
I think at first he was still adjusting, but then right now, like he's another one who I think a lot of people will be surprised with how he'll perform with us, especially like how we like to play. I think
So
he suits
Justin
us very
Miggs
well.
getting to where you want them to be. You as a
Yeah,
Learning.
teammate, of course,
yeah.
seeing them. You mentioned Umi also, and then the young
Uh,
kids just run through comments. Coach Ernie said "malditos."
yeah.
So I look forward to hearing that name for the Stallion
Yeah. So
kids.
you have
Malditos, that
that.
works.
Jan Vince, yes, Matt, we love you too. That's a kiss emoji with a heart.
Uh,
And Omi, of course, friend of the show, guested
you
earlier this
guys
year,
sit here with us
last year, yes.
last
He
year.
was,
One of the
yeah.
yeah.
So Umi making good shot to one of his veterans in the
Yeah.
team. And Coach Ernie saying someone paints his nails. So
Who
let's
does that?
see after the break if Coach Ernie will still comment, or
Who will
let's
reveal? Like if he will
yeah,
reveal it.
or let's keep that to the Binyan Stadium
Yeah.
first. So anyway, Matt, we'll just take our halftime break. Continue to
No
just
problem.
have your drink. So all right, we want to remind you, remember the Globally Ballin Network. Head to globallyballin.com for your original content. I'm going to say, Coach Ernie gave the answer, so we will flash it after. So continue to stay tuned. Follow Globally Ballin on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Follow us on social media at WTHAW Podcast, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. And if you are not catching this on audio or on Facebook, YouTube, on the Globally Ballins page, as we remember again of their network. On the go again, Spotify is the place to be, along with our sister shows. We got Bricks Ramos of UP on the Hang Time podcast with Denise Dinsay. For Mukbang with Jojo, Aaron Black, and Denise. Wow, Denise double duty. So that was a great chat. They're talking about their college days, which is great insights brought out by everyone. And again, Eternity of Basketball with my titos, Noel, Charlie, Sid, JP Mercado for the golden era of Philippine hoops.
Woohoo.
Lots of sponsors. We got Chops to Go, New Era, Hinuluban Farms, Barrio Fiesta, Fujimama, something coming soon with Barrio Fiesta,
Yeah.
Judgy's Delights, Cookie Chum, Aqua Flasks from the Daily Ounce, and Chops to Go again. Their branches SM South Mall, SM Bikutan, SM North EDSA for your chicken, chips, and your milk tea. Cuts
Woohoo.
Apparel.
I
Oh,
gotta
hey, look.
go.
Matt designed that. Matt, you're not the model here, though, right? And one of your friends, but at Cuts Apparel PH for your polo shirts, office uniforms, football gear, biking gear. Check out that biking button down polo right there. So, let's get back to it. So, Coach Ernie paints his nails, and oh, yes, Coach you, Migs there.
Thanks.
Okay. So, we're done with the football quinton, but this episode's far from over. Matt, we know you do a lot. Again, we didn't even touch your off pitch hobbies and what you do beyond family time. You do cycling, you do golf. There's one more thing, which we'll carry on with later. So, cycling scene. I think a lot of us learned how to bike as kids. So, I guess with the pandemic, oh, cycling's a bit friendly to do.
It went
You got
up.
into
Yeah.
it, going around southern Metro Manila doing trails or routes. How's the scene so far, or how was the experience?
It's been fun. They're very different. Um, I have this one friend that I usually ride with because he lives in the village also. So pre off season time, we'd ride like twice, thrice a week, like every few days, just do laps around the village because it was easy. And then for me, my last hurrah before we started training in Feb, we biked from here in Alabang to Tagaytay and back. And so
Wow.
that was my big trip. It was just under 100 kilometers. Um, it was about a 5 hour ride in total, I think 5 or 6. And then, so obviously it was my first like long ride
Yeah.
outside the village. And then, of course, I had like 2 or 3 flat tires. Uh, is
Yeah.
is what it is. But obviously had spares, had a kit to repair the tires, so it was fine. It was a different experience, something that doesn't involve kicking a ball and like smashing into people. And
Right. How
Oh
about
my
like
god.
you have specific routes you like, or are there a bunch of trails inside Ayala Alabang where you stay?
yeah,
It's
Alabang
a
has
mountain
its
bike, no?
own.
Are you using a
Yeah,
mountain bike? Yeah, yeah, mountain bike. Yeah,
both. At first, I started with a mountain bike because of the trails in the village,
yeah.
and then
Right.
after like doing it so often, I borrowed my dad's road bike because
Oh,
he
you went a
wasn't
road
really
bike.
using it so much. Yeah, so I got into the road biking, and then because my friend started road biking, so we would ride together. So like that was like maybe like 2 hours, basically covering like what would normally be my football training time. So we'd
Right.
ride like say six to eight in the morning, and then yeah, we just hang out, make cuento, and then yeah, that's it. I think I want to say
Yeah.
with cycling. I mean, I think more when well, we have longer breaks or we're in off season now.
Yeah.
I'll probably do a ride with my teammates because some of my teammates when they'll ride from Binyan up to Tagaytay also, and
Hmm.
then I've wanted to do the Laguna loop. That's like a like a 150 to 200K ride.
Goodness,
Yeah,
wow.
that's like a whole like you have to leave. I think they recommend you leave at like 3 or 4 a.m. and then you finish around 8 p.m. Like depend on average, like depending on your speed and everything. So
Man.
that's like a whole day thing that needs to get kind of planned out properly.
So that's your biking bucket list, you could say.
Yeah, that's one of my biking bucket list
Yeah.
things.
For beginners like who want to take a serious route or trail, is there anything you recommend? I'm sure you did
Some
something like
village.
that
Um,
warming up. Yeah.
Warm me up in your village, no?
I mean, like after the village, like you
Oh,
want to do
after the
something
village, yeah, yeah.
slightly serious. Yeah. Is
um,
there anything like that?
yeah, there's the Fill Invest Trails is actually supposedly really well known in the
Hmm.
mountain biking community, and
The
then
Valley.
New
The
Valley, I
Valley.
haven't been there yet.
Not yet.
But then because it only opened fairly recent, I think, or well, it was opening and closing depending on
Yeah, on
pandemic
the
Hmm.
alert level. Yeah.
alert levels. Yeah. But I've been meaning to take my daughter with me there. Also, my oldest one, um, started mountain biking also 2 years ago, and then so we do the trails in the village, and then my sorry, not youngest now, Sienna, the second one, the one who made her little appearance. I have a chair that attaches to the front of my bike,
Yep.
so then she bikes with me. Well, she rides the bike. I do all the pedaling. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
mm.
But this
But
is the
that's
one in
something.
Alabang.
Nuvali is yeah. So
Yeah.
the village, there are a lot of mountain bike
There's the one in Maria
enthusiasts in the
Cristina,
village.
right?
Yeah, so they made up they've used open lots for some trails, and then you have the Fill Invest trails just outside the village,
Hmm.
and then New Valley is pretty close, especially for beginners.
Yeah.
And then there are a lot more intense
Trails.
trails elsewhere. I know there's one in Tagaytay. There's one in
The Mesa. I
um,
mean,
La Mesa. Oh, La Mesa is actually another one,
That's
another nice
north,
that's
place to
another
right?
go.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a bit far.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
but that's yeah, that's like a. I guess let's put that on the bucket list as well. And then I
La
want to
Mesa.
say, I think it's called Antenna Hill in Taytay, if I'm not
Taytay
mistaken.
Rizal.
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
also far.
Up north
For
also,
so
us,
yeah.
it's
yeah.
far.
That's
So
far.
same thing. It's a trip. Like that's not something you would just be like, okay, let's go now.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you, of course, living in southern Metro Manila, of course. So, oh, it's the ones back here, as you
Yeah.
say.
Yeah,
And then
But
Fininvest is the one you see when you're entering SLEX.
that's
You
right.
see
Yeah.
people, yeah, that's it. Right? Cause yeah,
But
anything I'm biking. Yeah,
yeah. Actually, your father said something, and I want to hear this story.
yeah, you can take that away.
He rode
Hardy,
his Harley Roadster mini bike to seventh grade prom,
he can control
that
speed
leather
if he wants.
jacket and all.
Was it seventh? Not prom, grad night, not prom. You don't have prom in
I know
seventh grade.
this
Yeah,
is
I was
Um,
grade
wondering.
prom, or seventh
yeah,
grade
you
prom.
know.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think
It
you're in
was yeah,
Zobel that
it
time.
was
Yeah.
yeah, I was in Isabel that time. This is for grad night. We had it. Um, and so like he he bought these mini bikes. One was a Harley, based off a Harley. Another one was based off like a Kawasaki Ninja, or like the big like one of the other big style
Was it good?
motorcycles. The racing ones, like the
Oh,
one
okay.
they use for, yeah, well, racing.
On the
And
track.
then, but it was really small. And then, um, I think that was like the first time I actually rode it, or I think I practiced like the day before, but like to really ride it. And we had it just inside the village. I think it was in Country Club or
Okay.
in Zobel, but we lived like 2 streets away,
Oh God,
so it wasn't
it's
very
so close.
far.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
close.
it wasn't very
Hence,
far. And then so you had me on my tiny ass motorcycle. And then you had a car, like a van behind me,
following.
making sure, yeah. And
You
then
don't
so
fall
like
or accident.
I ride up to the lobby, and then so I have my leather jacket and stuff, and it was like hot because it's the Philippines, so obviously it's hot. And then so like I just park my motorcycle, and then I walk into prom, and then I think my dad was in the
Someone
car,
gets.
and he took it
Yeah.
home.
I was googling it to see the mini version, but I remember seeing a
Yeah.
bunch of Raptor mini bikes. That's basically it, right? Those
Yeah.
midget bikes, you
Yeah,
could
just
say.
those really small ones. Yeah,
Yeah. God, yeah.
Oh wow, that's an adventure for you. There you go.
it was different. Yeah,
Yeah.
Wow. I
So wait,
imagine.
so you do cycling, and then what else do you do? Golf?
I started golf. I used to play when I was younger, like way younger,
Same.
like 9 or
Yeah.
10. Yeah, with my dad would take me with him. I don't know if you would consider it playing because it's just like me hitting the grass and the ball going like 10 yards, and
Mulligan.
then like
Like Happy Gilmore.
he would just bring me to drive the golf cart with him,
Oh
and
yeah.
then I guess yeah, like spend time with him then, and then I stopped going with him because I'd have games or like
Right.
taekwondo meets and stuff like that, and then so if in the first year of the pandemic, my new sport was cycling, um, golf was what I tried out for the second year, and so
Okay.
I went one time with my friend, and then I sorry, to the driving range just to try it out, like
Yeah.
learn it all over again, like how it works and stuff. And it is very frustrating. You cannot you cannot play golf as an angry person. It does not work.
No. No.
It's
We've
not
heard
it's not
stories
like
along those lines. Yeah.
You
it's
break
not
the.
it's not yeah, it's not like football where you can play angry and like just smash into people, maybe get a card. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously play it to a safe extent, but
Yeah.
it's football is a very physical game, of course. So like
Yeah.
you let it out. But like
Golf.
with
It's all
golf,
in the
if you do
mind.
that, it just makes everything worse. And so it's
Yeah. Oh,
nice because it's
yes.
something different, and like it's very challenging mentally. And then so I went to the driving range twice, and then my dad goes, "Okay, let's go play." I'm like, "What do you mean let's go play?"
Right
Okay,
away.
let's
Nine
go to the
holes.
course. Yeah. And I've only gone to the driving range twice, and then so we brought Nathan Alquiros and Yannick Tuason with us, and then my dad brought
Stallion
his
boys.
business partner. Yeah, so that was I think that was like in December, so after the season, and then that was just like a nice little day for us to hang out. And then Yannick plays. Yannick is actually really good, and then Nate's been playing for a while also, um, but not as much as he wanted to because of the pandemic. And then so you
Yeah.
have me who just started, and then I probably this is my joke with my friends is I only hit bogeys and I only do drop balls.
Yeah.
So
It's a
nothing ever good.
drop
Yeah.
ball
So
just to hit the ball off
It's when you
course, right?
lose. Is
Bawi
if
na
you
lang.
lose it.
yeah, so like
If you lose
yeah,
it,
so like
right?
I'll hit off the tee, and then it'll swerve out, and then it'll be like out of bounds. Let's just walk to one of your balls and then drop it there, and then hit it
Okay.
again. It goes out of
Yeah.
bounds. Let's just
You have to
walk and
drop.
drop it
Yeah.
again,
Okay.
and then I'll be
Not
like,
as
let's just meet at the green.
So how
not
many
as
have you
not as
lost?
cheating as a mulligan, right? Yeah. And then
How many? Yeah, how many golf balls have you lost?
dozen, few of them.
A
How many
lot,
dozen?
a lot.
Get the cheap one from
The fun,
Decathlon.
Yeah. But they
No,
don't
so
fly
like
well, right?
what
Depende. It
Yeah,
depends.
depends.
I but like I'll lose. So let's say I start with five. Sometimes I'll end up with more because we'll find other people's lost balls on the way. Like while looking for my lost ball, we'll find like three more, and we'll be like, I'll just take those because I'm gonna lose more again anyway.
Right. Yeah.
Buti na mag CCTV camera, eh? They're like, or
Thankfully, a
they're
golf
laughing
course
at
is
you.
huge, right?
No, golf is if it's in that sense, it's finders keepers. I think.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
so.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I wouldn't bother asking the caddies back from tea, so they just keep it. And I was a
They
kid
keep
that
it,
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So,
it's golf is fun.
yeah.
I love it.
Yeah,
I
so
love.
you're saying, you can't take anger out on the opponent because you're saying it's you. And you do that in football. Let's say within the laws of the game. But Coach Ernie says it's not true. Coach Ernie says he plays golf, of course. I mean, just
Yeah,
imagine the
that's
golf ball is the head of my worst enemy. And you can draw the face of the person, write their name down, or you put those printable vinyl stickers. But man, I enjoyed
no.
golf. Well, I took some
I
golf
know.
lessons. Yeah, I like what Coach Ernie said. I took golf lessons as a kid. I enjoyed driving the golf cart more, so I said like racing was kind of my thing. So kind of doing some karting. Hopefully, when the racetrack reopens,
I don't
yeah,
even have a
I'll
good
just stay
swing.
there.
I can't even imagine my enemy is the ball. I'm not gonna hit it. It's
Hmm.
just gonna be embarrassing.
Think of it as a sword fight. He swung, but oh, he dodged it. So just keep swinging.
But yeah,
Or
it's
do
it's.
I mean Happy Gilmore? You know the Happy Gilmore.
I thought
Uh,
about that, but I don't know if like if I try it out in the driving range and they'll get mad at me or not.
yeah, they
So
might.
they
Just
might
wound up.
exactly.
This hockey,
I think I
hockey.
think I think it work though, because that
Yeah,
I want to say that's more natural to me with like the movement for football. Like
yeah,
take a step into it. Yeah,
yeah. The hockey. Yeah, then one, two, three, and then you swing. Yeah, you
yeah.
should try it.
Right. So we know you got your season, but I guess it's gonna be working on your golf swing. I guess, given that you have that score of
Maybe
I gotta do this better here, less
maybe
bogeys.
it's something different. It's something completely different from football, which is nice. So
Hmm.
hopefully that can be like my one of my retirement sports or something. I don't know.
Right. And we carry on retirement sport. You added something to the mix you wanted to talk about. So you said you want to be a triathlon, and then you're messing. Oh wait, no, not triathlon, duathlon, right? So less the swimming, despite you saying you did swimming, right? So
Yeah.
I guess that's another bucket list you say you want to do because your fitness is up there. So you want to do the bike swim, run, or an obstacle course race, right?
Actually, that's
Yeah.
fun.
So
Obstacle.
obstacle course, ever since the whole Spartan race thing came about, I've always wanted to,
Hmm.
but like I could never get the timing right because of like the season and everything, and so like it's um like I think I want to say like Spartan race off season is also during our off season, and
Right.
then their race days are on game days or too close to game days,
Mhm.
and so like I didn't want to think about it too much. It was just supposed to be like a fun event to try out. And then it's because I have a bunch of friends that do it. My old teammate actually, Gio Diamante, I think is one
Yeah,
of the
LaSalle.
marketing people, and so I see him post about every single Spartan race, and then so it's one of the things I want to try out, just to like expand on things I do. And then yeah, another thing was I wanted to try out a triathlon, but then so obviously running shouldn't be a problem, biking shouldn't be a problem, but I cannot swim,
Huh?
and it's
Or you
because
said you
I didn't.
suck, right?
I suck at
Yeah, you
swimming.
can swim. If a boat sinks, you're good, right?
But you
You're not.
could.
You
But
don't
it's
have
Yeah,
not
help.
like.
but
But
like
you don't need the super good swimmer. I mean, so long as you could do the strokes, you're fine.
I guess, but also
Yeah.
I have a slight fear of open water.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. There.
like
That's
especially in like and like when I look at the routes and how far they take, like I'm only gonna go from like maybe 10 meters out from
oh.
the
Do you
shore,
hear?
and
Do you hear
when
the
when you're
music?
going, yeah, and like even
Da-da-na-na.
like when you're a little kid and then you have that you're in a swimming pool and they're like, oh,
Da-da-na-na.
the shark's gonna get you,
Oh, that's
Yeah.
me until
like
now. That's me
all
until now.
yeah, always.
No, no, no,
Yeah.
no.
Like exactly that sound is playing in the back of my head all the time. I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, so maybe let's do a duathlon first, and then if I learn how to swim in open water and stuff, maybe just
Mhm.
maybe. But it's just like just thinking of something to do
Just the idea, right? Yeah.
eventually. Yeah,
Yeah,
Something catching your attention. It's an extra effort for me to swim when there's no one else in the other lane doing laps.
oh
I
really?
can do it. I can do the open water, no goggles, so I don't see what's under.
Oh my gosh, you guys really?
I
Honestly?
swam. I've swum in open
What?
water already, yeah, and I think, oh, I'm good. I'm like,
It's
oh
okay. It's
right,
actually fun.
I can't see under. I'm not wearing goggles, so I'm good. I can do it under that condition.
So the music of Jaws comes into play, doesn't it? For the two of you.
yeah. No,
When
Oof.
you're
nothing,
open water. Yeah.
For
nothing.
Yeah. I would
no
do the
music, just yeah, boom.
uh
Something's coming.
just
Go ahead,
just
go ahead, go
fight
ahead.
you.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say I'll do duathlon, but I don't like the running. I'll
Uh
go
huh.
swim and bike and swim if they ever have that, but they don't because they always need to run.
Tama, tama.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
I can, but just don't ask about my pace. Yeah,
Yeah,
I did a lot of biking too, of course. I chose not to do it anymore in the pandemic. I was happy with what I did before. So, is there any other retirement plan you have? I'm sure you'll spend even more time with your kids, which is something you're doing
oh
as a
yeah,
soccer dad, just cycling, golf,
Yeah.
Spartan race. Spartan race, I think, is the closest you can get to global guts. I don't know if you guys saw global guts when we were
or
growing
American
up.
Ninja.
Oh
Ayun,
No,
no.
it's
ayun.
different. American Ninja.
American Ninja was a bit more recent. Global Guts
Yeah,
is what they had in
Global
Nickelodeon. I'm
Guts is
like,
yeah.
oh, this
Yeah,
is
Global
pretty
Guts
cool.
was the OG, especially for kids, I
Yeah,
think.
it was
And
a bit
then
more of the fun. The Spartan
Yeah,
race is
yeah,
a bit more serious. The athlete get a
yeah,
medal and that stuff. Global Guts
yeah,
is
yeah.
oh cool. You're doing the super aggro crag stuff like that.
But yeah, Spartan Race I think is something everyone should try.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's it I don't know, it looks really fun and like I don't mind getting dirty. And which is why I also miss a lot of the grass fields here in the Philippines.
Mm,
Everyone's defaulting to turf fields because they're easier to maintain, which is understandable. I mean,
yeah,
I feel like the cost of maintenance and the effort to maintain a grass field here is really hard. Especially before because we had Rizal. LaSalle would train in Rizal before and it was grass,
Yeah.
and then
yeah.
they took a year to change it to turf. And like, I mean, yeah, we were lucky to have that facility, but it's always something different. That's why when we played a few friendlies against Kaya when to
Yep.
help them prepare for their AFC qualifiers, and then we'd play in Vermosa, and Vermosa is one of the
Oh,
few
nice.
grass fields still nearby, and then so that was a nice change. So I mean, you're not playing on turf fields like in Binyan or Carmona anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so even
Yeah.
like those really muddy games you'd play when you
You
were
love it.
younger.
Yeah,
I loved it. I loved the mud. My
yeah.
mom
Oh, you
hated it.
love that.
Your mom did
My
like
mom hated. Yeah, my mom hated it, but I loved it. I didn't mind getting muddy, and like you have kids now who get
Yeah. That.
grossed out with
oh
mud,
yeah,
and like
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
my kids, I make sure they get dirty. Like we play when they
Nice.
play in Cuenca or country club, and like if it's muddy, it's like it's okay, go play. But
Yeah.
then my wife
That's
also
the
gets mad
fun
at me and be like, no,
because they have to clean it. They have to clean the jerseys and
Yeah.
and all the socks. Oh gosh.
no.
Yeah.
But
Taking a shower after,
I
or
also
you
want
do
my
it for
kids to
them. You take care
learn.
of your kids. Yeah.
No, I want them to learn to like take care of their things. So like even me, like for a while, obviously like my mom would be like, no, we'll have someone clean it. But then I'm like, no, I learned to clean my
Do it
own
yourself.
shoes and
Yeah,
stuff like that. And you learn to take care of your things.
that's right.
Try not to. My parents already spoil them so much, so I'd rather not spoil them myself.
Right. Right.
With
Yeah.
all the jelly beads and all the
Oh
that
yeah,
your dad's giving.
Yeah, I remember Matt. Right, I think Sienna's still your youngest. He made her walk in the treadmill. He said, "I didn't race, no."
no,
That
no.
made me laugh,
Okay,
though.
that was her choice though. She wanted to walk on it, and then she was actually just learning to walk then.
Oh wow. Really,
I think
huh?
that's why. Yeah. Or
Nice.
like she found
Start
it
them
fun. She got
young.
to walk exactly. Start them young.
That's it. You gotta start them
At
young.
least the treadmill becomes the babysitter, right? My cousin made me babysit his kid, and he's like, "Oh, thanks a lot for the 30 minutes. I was just bouncing a tiny ball with my nephew." But so that's the retirement plans. cycling, more golf, doing
Triathlete.
yeah, obstacle course racing. But we're far from done, guys. Matt, we'll give you a chance. Give some messages later on. We'll have our draft, guys. Game day essentials. It was
Woohoo!
tough, right? But let's go on with the magic questions. Well, I
Yes.
think you answered it, Matt. I'd ask you
Oh,
where.
yeah.
What do you see yourself doing 10 years from now? I think you answered it that you want to see yourself doing these bucket lists, or do you see yourself doing anything in your career, with family, you name it? Anything else you see
Um,
yourself doing 10 years from now? Wow, that's 39.
10
Damn, we're
years.
getting old. Yeah, I'm
I mean,
close to your
it's
age.
Yeah,
That's why
actually
I'm saying that. Right? Yeah.
I'm that
Oh,
age.
don't worry
10 years.
about it. Don't worry, you're good.
That's like yeah.
10 years from now. So yeah, I'll be 39. Robin is 9 now. She'll be 19, so she'll
19.
be in college.
Mhm.
Wow,
Um,
dude.
Let's say her
hopefully,
debut is
hope
done. Yes.
hopefully she gets her football career going by then.
Oh gosh,
Uh huh.
yeah.
Um, okay, so
Yes.
I get a bit of shit from my wife for pushing her to play football, but what can you do? I come from a footballing family,
Yeah. So you
and
will
then
be running Pythos, right? The company you guys have. So Coach Ernie can play golf and enjoy retirement, and I guess coaching Stallion. So there.
Yeah.
At Ate can run the company, so I can play golf with him.
Oh, there you go.
Ah, there you
There you
go.
go.
Give it
Yeah.
to the older one, of course, right?
That will be Sam, right? Of course, who
Oh
runs
my goodness.
Stallion. So a lot of
Yeah.
people know. So your daughter will be in college. Maybe I still see Coach Hans and Tito Coach Alvin in LaSalle at that
Oh
time,
Oh
gosh,
yeah,
yeah.
and then
legends.
Coach Ernie will be like, okay, to Coach Hans again, Coach Alvin, and then we'll go with Stallion. So that's what you see.
Yep.
Anything
It,
else? Your family or other daughters?
um,
What's there?
maybe like just take them out more. I
Hmm.
mean, Sienna is basically a pandemic baby, so her
Right.
first time to really play with other kids was today.
Right. Oh
Kind
wow.
of get a little scared taking her out to the parks to like play with other kids because we're not sure how other parents are gonna react yet.
React.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But since things are a lot better now, and then yeah, we got her to start playing football. She's actually a lot earlier
There you go.
um, than Robin. Robin started when I think she was turning 4. Sienna's just about to turn 3, so she's
Hmm.
starting a bit earlier. I want to say she enjoyed it. Um, but yeah, obviously I'd like to spend a lot of time with the kids,
Mm.
and then I'd want to take them. There's one thing I've been wanting to do for the longest time. Could never find the time. Is it what's it called? The canyoneering in Cebu, jumping
Oh
off
Canyoneering.
waterfalls.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
was one of the things I've always wanted to do for a while that
Hmm.
just could never get around to doing. Um, and then
So
I
yeah,
don't
pretty
know. Right
much.
now, just
Well, that's a
you know,
lot to be honest.
That's a
Great
lot.
way
just
Yeah.
to envision yourself doing as a family man, of course. As we all know, you are one. But with Sienna, your daughter 3, so did she have to start school like online and stuff, or
Not
school's
yet. Bata
next
pa.
year? Was she four
Still
years
too
old for
young.
school, or had to go through it a bit?
I want to say we put Robin in like a it's like I guess it's like pre-kinder.
Yeah, they
Just so she
had.
like
Yeah.
yeah, just so she like gets to interact with other kids.
Right.
It's more for that. Obviously, not very academic. It was just more for interaction, and then I guess getting motor skills going, talking stuff like that. But
Mhm.
yeah, now is a really awkward time for Sienna because her age bracket, she's not cleared to get vaccinated yet. That's why we're
Not yet. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
scared to
So
go
that's why.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Robin
Yeah.
is okay. Robin was able to get hers already.
Yeah. That's
Um,
why you're like, oh wow, other people her age get to run around in circles together, right? So you
yeah,
don't have to do the
and
chasing. It's all them.
yeah, and I feel so bad because she gets so excited when she sees other kids.
Uh huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and she's a complete opposite of Robin because Robin is very introverted, very shy,
Nahimik type.
and then Sienna's the complete opposite,
So
absolute
playing
complete opposite.
really.
Yeah,
Oh, well, she
she'll
showed
she'll
herself here on the
exactly.
He's the one
podcast,
who
Rob,
right?
came, right?
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Robin would hide herself behind the door and be like, "What's Daddy doing?" And then Sienna would be
Uh,
the one who comes right here and be like, "What's up?"
Yeah.
yeah. You know.
Gotta
Yeah,
train them for podcast guesting.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Interviews and all that.
Claudia, legacy question
My
before the
question. Okay.
DeLorean.
Yeah. So Matt, you play. You grew up in the States. You come here. You started playing for LaSalle. You were. Claudia, let's show his accolades. So you were a captain, a silver medalist as well. Uh, you design jerseys. You played golf. There you go. So championship. You're a champion 2013 UFL Division One. Third place for Copa, silver medalist, and football captain for DLSU. So when you stop playing football, right? When you hang your boots, how would you like people to remember you by? What legacy is it that you want to leave behind?
That's kind of tough.
I can help you get started,
'Cause-
Matt. People,
Go ahead.
you had your viral speech, right, when you ended UAP. We spoke about that in our last
Oh,
episode, so people can check it out too. So that's a starter. People know you as,
Uh,
oh, the
I
words here,
guess,
Van,
but
touching.
that
It starts
I don't know.
there.
Every time I
Can
think
get the
about
ball
that video,
rolling.
it's kind of awkward.
oh, really? Okay.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I just have this weird thing about like watching myself on like TV and stuff like that,
right.
and then even I had what was it called? It was like cribs for PFL players. We did. I want to say like last
Oh
year,
yeah, that one,
and
that one.
then and then and then we did it, and then I never watched it just because I was just like I don't know, I'm gonna cringe, and
Uh-huh.
like it's just weird for me. And
To see
then so
yourself.
I heard my sisters watching it. I was like, nope. I went to the next room. Was like, nope. But what legacy would
Mhm.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
guess with more for my teammates and like the people who know me, and like especially my dad. It was just that um it was I always gave it my all. Like um so this always puts me in a weird place because my dad is my coach, and then my dad is also one of the owners of the team. So then by default, the the notion is that, oh, he's only on the team because he's the coach's son and the owner's son.
Mm,
And then so I I've always put that pressure on myself to be able um to make sure that your teammates, especially your teammates because they're the closest ones. I don't give a shit about people outside the club because they're not part of my club.
yeah.
Um, but it's more for the people who train with me every day, um, who know that just like them, I'm earning my spot on the team.
Yeah.
And then I don't want it to come off like, oh, he's only starting or he's only playing because he's the coach's son. Like he's not very good. I'm not saying I'm the best player. I know I'm not that. I'm not the most skillful, but I want to say I'm one of the hardest working. Um, um, I'm not the tallest. I'm not the fastest, but um, I don't. I would like to think I don't get outworked. Like sure you'll run faster than me. You may beat me, but I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna still try to defend, and then or I'm still gonna try to stop you. I'm gonna play. I do my all for the team. And I guess that's what I'd like to be known for. Just to be someone who is like I guess a proper professional,
Right.
and then maybe someone the kids can look up to just because um I don't know. I don't want to have spoiled brats as teammates. Um, is something I guess is a thing. You know how like a lot of kids, a lot of players now are a bit. I don't know if soft, maybe soft, maarte kind of that sense, and like because my dad and our coaches will always be like, oh, back in the day we'd always get into fights, and then like players would
Yeah,
always
our
be so
parents.
dirty. It's that's
Yeah.
always what they say, and then like
Yeah.
nowadays you don't really get away with that because like
Yeah.
you'll have stuff like VAR or like the rules change will be like,
Yeah.
oh,
It
you're
was.
not allowed to use excessive force. and stuff like that.
And
And
social media, if
so
I can add.
and then yeah, social media, technology changed. Like kids nowadays don't really go out. Even my kids
Yeah.
sometimes. Well, pandemic aside,
Yeah.
um, that's why we always love taking them to the park. I love taking them biking. I want them to be out and like
Yeah.
to do other things, not to be stuck on an iPad, not to be stuck on the TV.
Experience
And stuff.
life.
Yeah, exactly.
Enjoy
Experience
it.
life. And like
Yeah.
I actually had this conversation with my friends, because I had a friend leave for the U.S. and we were going over how we don't really have photos of the friends hanging out
Mm.
because we all just like to live in that moment, and because this was the first time we got to hang out in 2 years, and it was just because my friend was leaving, and this was iffy because this was um
During a
um
surge, I guess. Tough
yeah, during
time.
the surge. And then it was a little after the month, like all the cases went down now, but still
Yeah.
like you're in that weird part where like almost everyone got COVID
Yeah.
after the holidays, and then you just want to be safe because like we have kids, Sam was
Mhm.
pregnant, all that stuff. um but yeah, like you live you live in the moment more,
Yeah.
like how like people will go to concerts and will watch through their phone because they're recording and everything,
Yeah.
and like the phones in your face is very frustrating to me, and be like, you're just you paid all that money to record something on your phone, but you don't really like
Live for it. Yeah.
live for that experience and remember it. And I mean, yeah, photos and stuff are nice, but like for me it's always about the experience.
That's right.
Man, great. We haven't had an answer this deep
Yeah.
since
Good
we
answer.
had Ina on the show. I could say
Yeah.
Ina
Yeah.
Palacios. Yeah,
Yun na pala.
women's team. Claudia.
All
Yeah, that
right.
was it. That was it for your
Yeah.
question. Huh? So Matt, the DeLorean question is
You know
okay.
the DeLorean. You know the
Hop
DeLorean,
in
right?
Back to the Future. Yeah,
Back to the
Marty
Future.
Yeah,
Marty
ish.
McFly.
Okay. He
Yeah,
he
Ish. Yeah, I know
rides the
parts of
car.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Okay, so we time travel. You get to meet your 12-year-old self. What are you gonna say to him?
12-year-old self. Now you're making me really feel old. Um,
Hey, remember everything you said though. I second that. I'm like proud '90s kid right here. Live in the moment.
yeah.
Well, while you're
Um,
thinking, I'll fill in the air. Like, we use the phones, right? So when we're in like sorts of all these events, I just hold my phone beside me. I'm not looking, so I still get it. But footage sucks.
okay.
But live in the moment, I can say.
Okay.
But I
12,
second
12-year-old
everything you say.
self.
Yep.
Um,
Do something
let's
like
do,
drink more
let's
milk,
do,
work out more. Oh, fitness isn't a
no, let's
problem
do
for
Wait,
me
let
park.
though.
him
Okay. So
let him think.
I'm filling in the air. Don't
It's
worry.
alright. Let him think.
no, I get
All
it.
right.
Okay. If it's one, if it's football, it's gonna be, um, I think it would be more of, um, don't don't be scared of like just playing. I think I was a bit, when I was younger, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, and so my default course was just, from high school to go to play here. I never really thought about playing in the U.S. That's why it was nice to see a bunch of kids now, and like Justin, easy example because he's playing in the U.S. now. He from high school he went to play in the U.S. And so I think that's one of the things I might have liked to think about. So 12-year-old self would have been, don't be so afraid. Well, in terms of football and I guess just in life. And then financially, buy Bitcoin.
Bitcoin.
Because crypto crypto is
Cryptocurrency.
another thing. Yeah, crypto is another little thing I got into the last year,
Uh-huh.
slowly. Like I had a friend who introduced me to it, got into
Cryptocurrency.
it, and then now that I think about it, I was like, if I bought like $10 worth of Bitcoin when it first came out,
Set
I
for
could just
life.
I yeah, set for life. I could just be playing golf with my dad every day, all day.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
thought Matt, you were gonna say, uh, the speedos will be gone. Keep going swimming.
That's
Keep
another
swimming.
thing.
Right?
Yes, tech
Or
fashion technology is a thing.
Yeah, don't
Like,
worry. That Speedo and Tiny Whiteys will
Yeah.
go. So
I have a boring answer, but Matt now will give 12-year-old Matt the compression shorts for swimming.
yeah,
So he's
here,
ahead of
here.
his time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ahead of my
Someone
time.
yeah, someone was saying he wanted to do the Back of the Future where he will give the sports almanac to his X-year-old self much younger and start
Willie
betting like
Wilson.
Biff in Back of
Willie
the
Wilson.
Future.
Willie Wilson was the one who
Oh,
said it.
there you go, Willie
Yeah,
Wilson. Right, Willie Wilson was commentating the game earlier.
yeah.
Coach goes, Bitcoin sucks. But this is something deep, just
Yeah, I
of
like
course,
this
to
one.
Coach Ernie, your father. The only time you'll know your father's right is when you yourself are a father and has a child who thinks you're wrong. So Coach Ernie is claiming that's what you will tell your 12-year-old self, just
Yeah,
with his
that's it.
loving self, of course, who is very passionate. I like the Bitcoin part though. It's 12-year-old man is like years ahead of Bitcoin pa. But
Or
at least 12-year-old guy goes, oh, Bitcoin, hold up, right? You got the countdown timer, right?
yeah,
Crypto is its
it's
own story.
crazy.
It's its own
There's
thing.
there's
Yeah,
It's
a
crazy now.
yeah, there's a show on Netflix which I watched yesterday. I forgot what
which one's
it's called,
this?
but it's about
Uh,
quadric something. It's about this.
is
Quite
it
new.
the
Yes, new.
was that
It,
the one about the crypto king? Not yet.
no, that's
Might be
different.
it, no?
That's
Iba
different.
pa.
Oh, that's
Okay.
different.
Yeah,
Okay,
this came
I haven't
out.
watched that one yet. Yeah, I haven't watched
Mhm.
that one yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know if this crypto thing is good or bad for me. It's
Well, your dad says it sucks,
Yeah.
so
Not too much, Joe. I put some in 2018. Siguro I got my ROI a bit in 2020. Small, just a
yeah.
small
So
amount.
I it's small,
I'll
not
take
that big.
that. Yeah, I was there during the bubble
Yeah.
already. So that wraps up the formal conversation before the draft. Matt, you want to give a message, Lakeside Squad? We know they appreciate you, of course, because they are part of that
Definitely.
Stallion team. You want to say hi to your family? I know they're just like in the next doors. You got a fan
uh,
club? I don't know. You name it.
nah.
Got a lot of people commenting. You can invite them to support Stallion in the Copa. We know you want to go beyond third. You know you want the top step of the podium.
Oh
So
yeah, I think last
yeah,
year was a little.
you have the
Everyone's a
floor.
bit disappointed with last year. Hopefully, now we got a lot more time to prepare now. So hopefully we do a lot better. Obviously thankful for all the people that support Stallion, all the Lakeside squad guys. It's nice that we get to have fans again at the games. So hopefully they can come again. I miss the Lakeside squad chants. Sometimes you try to not get distracted by some of the chants they come up with because it's so catchy. And then it's 9:40. My kids are sleeping. Um, I guess hi mom and dad, but we already know they're both watching. Dad obviously commentating. To my teammates, no, you will not get this shirt. I refuse. I will wear it to training now often, and make sure you do not get to wear it.
Oh my
Let's hike
goodness.
the price, Matt. Yeah, maybe you can reconsider. That's your Bitcoin fund. Just say maybe.
Maybe.
Anyway, you were saying.
Maybe. Also we have Stallion Laguna FC Cup on the 23rd.
Of
So
April, yes.
I think Sabrina should get that. Um, Sabrina should get that post out.
Yep.
Hopefully we get um, a lot of teams, a lot of kids coming back in, so everyone gets to bring football back. It's
Yep.
been it's been a tough 2 years, especially for team sports.
Yeah.
So hopefully everyone gets to come and enjoy the day. And then also, I think that's it. Anything else, Clara?
You covered everyone.
I don't
You
know.
skipped the kids to
I don't
sleep.
know.
Yeah, we're cool with that. And of course, shout out to all Matt's buddies tuning in or those
Yeah.
watching the replay. So, Stallion Lagoon FC Festival April 23. That's a step forward for recreational play to come back, of
That's
course.
exciting, actually.
Yeah, so team sign up, follow Stallion, search up Stallion Laguna Football Club Philippines. They're on Facebook right there. They have a group too, so it goes by the same name. So, I think that does it for the formal conversation. Let's
Woo!
get to, I don't know if I saved the
All
slide
right.
for the draft, but we got our who the heck are
Are
we?
we?
What a draft. So let's go. Okay. Shout out to the
Claro
lawyers
likes
for that.
the yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you know
The sound
Garen, Matt.
effects.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
likes it.
the bell.
Yeah.
That's because of Garen and Nico Elorde. They were fighting and we had a draft. So game
Yeah.
day essentials. this was kind of tough. Matt was telling me, I'm like, we can like stop if you don't want to do it, but let's do it now.
Okay, cool,
So
cool.
Matt, first pick is yours. It goes Matt, Claudia, me, then me, Claudia, you. And if we lose ideas, we can just cut it to three. But let's help each other out, right? I
This is
think
gonna be
we were
hard.
helping each other out with the draft of Willie Wilson and Tonino Gonzaga. Normally we fight over answers, no, but this time we're like, let's help teamwork.
Okay,
This
So
is
I know
okay.
you
just to
got your list, Matt.
clarify,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, okay, just to clarify, are we not doing? We're not doing the obvious things because like I don't want to
Like
say spice
shoes.
Yeah.
because
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like no
That
shit.
was my
Obviously you
question
need
also.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that was my
Well,
question.
if I can add, if you're super specific, like it's this shoe for a hella long time, even though they're facing it up, that can be unique. But we can play by the rules or standards that you
No,
set.
no,
Yeah,
no, man.
it's
Yeah,
Let's
that's
pretty
yeah, no.
much
Let's
go
go.
that.
figure.
Let's go with stuff outside
Yeah,
the
the normal.
normal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like
go ahead.
the bare essentials. Obviously, you need your uniform and
Hmm.
yeah,
spikes and shin
yeah.
guards. So let's not include that.
Okay.
That would be boring.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
taking a basketball route since that's what I played, of course, at the
let's
small
see. Let's
school
see.
level.
Game day essentials. Let's see if I can get a sponsorship in.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Sponsor us, Pocari, because
Yeah.
hydration is
Yeah,
everything.
thank you,
Woohoo.
Pagari,
Yes.
for
Get
giving.
I don't you. I better get something out of this.
Yeah,
But
let's do it. You think I can join in, Matt? How I survived SEA Games, juggling work, and then the announcing every day. I was drink all you can Pocari. I know Sir Red and Sir Robin were making fun of me. I'll say, Sir Red, Sir Robin, I needed that to not get sick. Walang backup announcer. And to this day, I still drink my Pocari when I
Oh,
lack
Pagari
sleep.
is very good. It
I
has
Pocari
sometimes,
is
highest
Pocari is
has
very underrated.
yeah,
yeah,
it
Um,
has the highest hydration. Like it's very good
yeah,
for hydration.
yeah.
based off of experience. I mean, obviously, like when you're younger, you only had Gatorade, and then
Yeah.
I think we did a like a tournament thing in Japan, and they sell Aquarius, I think is it the name, and so it started with that. Like we had that there, and then when we came back here, I was trying to look for something similar. Nothing came out,
Pagari.
and then suddenly
Oh,
Pocari came out like a few years later, and I was like, oh, this tastes like almost exactly the same, and so like Pocari has always been my go-to over Gatorade, over Powerade,
yes,
and
I'm the
then
Mhm.
same.
with my siblings and like with my friends, we tell them, okay, like this is like one of the very few times I will go out and drink with them, and then it's always in the off season. Obviously, be very responsible and stuff.
Of
Um,
course.
but the secret to the one night I will go out and drink and try not to refuse drinks is only if I have my Pocari with me and I drink a certain amount before drinking and then a certain amount after drinking,
Yeah, that's right.
and then the next day like no
No
hangover.
hangover.
I
Yep.
mean, you're
Okay.
obviously tired, but then you don't
Mhm.
have like the headaches and
You
stuff.
can keep going.
And
I need
then
to add
yeah,
the before there. I do a lot of the after. I got
the
Pocari
before
Spec powder.
the
Yeah, I bought from Lazada.
yeah, the before is just like the buffer just in case.
Mhm. So
That's I don't know. That's my little
that's a
secret with
good.
Picari. Aside from the obvious hydration
Yeah,
benefits to in training, in
see?
playing, and everything.
That's something unique. So Pocari Stallion, is knocking on the door. Who the heck are we knocking on the door?
Oh gosh, yeah. Come on, Pagari.
I just talk sports. I work in another industry, but I bring my Pocari with me. Okay, so yeah,
All right,
we'd love to help
so
you guys out.
me.
Maybe you could help us too. Claudia's second pick. Honors yours.
Yeah. Since my knees are already old,
Uh huh.
like
Knee support.
yeah, leg compressions.
Leg compressions.
Game
Okay.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me naman, I'm very particular with this. It's quite obvious naman, but I'm really marte. Like, I'm going to have a bad day if I don't wear this. But for me, it has to be the Nike Elite socks. It's the basketball socks.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, you see people who don't do basketball, and they're wearing Nike Elite socks. So, like, I'm walking around the mall. That's what I'm wearing. And then,
Gosh, these are hard.
oof, the next one will be, oof, can I go? This is cool. Squeeze bottle because I don't want to open a cap. I just want to squeeze. Much more
But
convenient.
that's okay.
Would
Yeah.
you count that?
Okay.
It's an equipment though. That cool with you guys?
Um.
You can determine yes or no.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now technically, like with because of the pandemic and everything, everyone should have their own
yeah. They should have
bottles.
their own.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So it's
I
like a
mean,
normal.
initially like teams would do just the individual water bottles, but it's kind of so wasteful for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And also squeeze bottles. It's just like you see all the photos, all the commercials and everything. Squeeze bottles are the best. And it's easier to drink. Like spray it on your face when it's a hot
Yeah.
day,
Yeah.
spray it on the back of
Okay,
your
we
head
could.
and
I
stuff.
think we could
I'll
allow
accept
that.
it.
Yeah.
I'll
Okay.
accept it.
Thank you. Fair play. Ooh.
That's different.
Please.
I'll accept it.
I like the convenience. Thank you, Claudia. Then Matt, you go back to
Okay,
back.
before a game, I would have this before a game. A chocolate bar
Chocolate bar. Uh,
before a game. Yeah.
Bar for the energy
Those
to
me.
get you hyper,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Matt.
And
Two
then I'll
picks.
go.
I was gonna say chocolate too, but
Oh, really?
let's just go. I mean, well, yeah, it's more for the after. I
Yeah.
mean,
Oh,
you
okay.
For
play
you.
Yeah.
90
For you.
minutes,
Yeah.
yeah.
I got you.
I mean, if you want to go generic, you could say candy.
Yeah.
Wait, this is my, I will tell my teammates it's not so secret, but it's the one thing I can't not have after game. It's also like my, yeah, I guess secret
After, right? So
weapon
yeah, it
thing.
counts as
Yeah,
game day.
it's
It
my
counts as game day.
it's
Cool.
post game is Mountain Dew.
Well,
That's another plug.
Oh,
Right.
I don't have a Mountain Dew right now, but that's my other plug for that.
Okay. And then another one. While you're
Oh,
thinking,
me
I
again.
remember. Yeah,
yeah,
we had a
yeah.
meeting before for our shirts, the shirts business, and then Greggy's like, "Matt, what are you doing?" And then you see Matt drinking out a 1.5 liter Mountain Dew, and Matt
Oh
goes,
my god.
"I'm stressed," and I'm like, "I get you." For me, that would have been that would have been a cheeseburger. Yeah, you got something, Matt. To wrap up your
Okay,
back to back.
wait. Regarding the 2 liter 1.5 Mountain Dew, it
Yeah,
was if this is your bottle, it's like this much left, and like, am I really gonna put that in a cup?
Yeah.
I'm,
yeah. You were drinking
I'm a
straight from it. There was a
I'm a
konti
practical
na lang.
person.
Yeah.
And like, if you transfer it to the cuppa, you're gonna lose the fizz. The reason I drink the Mountain Dew is for the fizz.
Mhm.
So that's a whole
Nothing
thing.
beats drinking out of a huge bottle too.
No, yeah, that is the best.
Yes,
Um,
amen to that.
my game day essentials are just fucking drinks. Hold up. Um,
You can do your post game, like what you do after, because still game day, right? How you
Yeah,
want
that,
to
yeah, that is.
recover.
I
You're
guess.
feeling
Okay,
good,
yeah,
you're
I
going to
brought
bed.
this up with Claro.
Yeah.
Is usually we'll have team dinner at Gilligan's,
Mhm.
and then
Nice.
Shout out Shelby.
but then obviously um you, because of like all the adrenaline, all the energy you use playing, and then the food you eat is only so much, and like I usually don't sleep until like late. Like, so let's say our game is at 7, game finishes at 9, team dinner, get home by like 11. I probably won't sleep until like 2 a.m. So then I'll pre-order pizza and wings, and or wings. So
Okay.
that's like a later dinner, and then
Okay.
that's one of that. So you can just put the go-to is a stuffed crust pizza from Pizza Hut,
Oh, I
and
thought we were
then
gonna say Gilligan's because you say, "Hey, Gilligan's, can you sponsor us?"
no, we I just had Gilligan, so
Gilligan's can
Yeah. So this is
sponsor
to
us.
add, right? You have the stuffed crust pizza with your family.
Wow.
Bring out your
no, I
daughters.
don't share.
Oh,
I
you
do
don't
not
share.
share.
Oh, you don't
Okay.
share. Okay.
I
Okay.
don't share. They're sleeping already, so I don't share.
Right. Late now. I've
For
done it
me,
a
when
bunch
I
of
was
times.
playing, gosh, when I was playing, my good. Okay, after my workout, when I would work out, I would
Yep.
have coffee, coffee,
Coffee
black
after,
coffee.
not before.
Before.
Ah. Whew.
Yeah,
Okay. Emphasis on black,
yeah,
or
black
you just
coffee.
take different kinds, right?
I need, yeah, actually,
Okay. And that is Hinuluban Coffee, of course,
yes,
our sponsor in one of
yes.
your workplaces.
You
Whew.
could put Hinalaban there, you know.
Yes, of course. Of
It's
course.
there. So,
Hinuluban. Dude, it's at Pizza Hut too.
thank you,
I
Pizza
think
Hut. Okay,
pizza. This is what Pizza Hut.
there you go.
You see how I super emphasized Pocari? I love them too. I
Yeah,
hope
I
Pocari
love.
loves me back.
I'm with you there, Matt.
Yeah.
They should.
Okay.
They should sponsor us.
I
Yeah.
started bringing my own omega for the muscles and
Oh
stuff,
my
especially
god.
deep into season.
Omega painkiller. That's
Yeah.
good when you're defending someone.
Oh,
You put
that's
it
another story. Yeah. I
right.
don't misuse that stuff.
Well,
Just
that's
letting
that's
you know.
painful for the eyes. That's
Oh,
bad. That's unethical.
yeah.
But
Oof.
well, you're right
Okay.
before the game.
Yeah. I I want to count this because it makes me feel better, especially when the body starts to hurt. But I need it at a critical time. You go muscle tape, kinesio tape. Like,
Yeah.
it's not
Okay. I was
super
gonna
obvious.
put that.
Like
Yeah,
when
I was
Matt
gonna say
said, you
that.
need to bring the jersey. Oh, let's not count that. This one, you can
Yeah, you
survive
need
without
that. I
it.
was gonna put that.
Yeah, it's a
Actually,
little
well,
artehan.
for
You
us, it's
have,
because that's part of our med kit.
Yeah, for
Um,
the ankles.
yeah, it's just part of like our standard med kit for
Yeah.
whatever. Like if anyone needs tape, some people are a little particular, I guess, with the certain tape they want.
hmm
But I mean, even Omega technically is part of the med kit. Like, it's
Yeah.
it's 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 one of the team things, so the players don't have to
they
worry
worry
about it.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they didn't give us that. They didn't always have it for us in Southridge.
No,
Oh yeah,
I don't think.
no.
Yeah, really. We
we
had
pass
that.
a,
We had that. We
we'd
had that.
pass around a bottle. Yeah. Okay, Claudia. Then another back-to-back mat to
Me? Oh
wrap up.
gosh, I'm hurting. I was gonna say. What was I gonna say? Oh my goodness. When I played basketball, I would put with like armband,
Wristband.
wristband.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
already part of the uniform, isn't it?
Not always like you only have it if you want. It's not like you need to bring it.
Okay.
Yeah. I
I
think
would.
that's part of
I
the
have the one here. Here. So it's an
area.
arm. Man.
Armband. Yeah, it's a bit big
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Armband. Okay.
I think
Matt,
yeah,
back.
that's more applicable to like basketball or like tennis players.
Yeah.
Racket
Yeah.
That one.
sports.
That one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That
yeah.
one. Yeah.
I
There's a
know
guy in
if you
UFL. He wore a basketball headband while playing. Yeah. But go ahead, Matt.
no,
You
That's
I
just
was
can't
one
do.
gonna
You
guy.
say
can't header.
that's not a football thing.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
All right. Nice.
I'm out. What did I do? Pocari,
Mhm.
Mountain Dew, Pizza Hut.
I
What
think you
is
got
this
in your
game
list.
day stuff?
I think you still have some on your list, Matt. I won't take them. Fair play.
Wait, let me go through it real quick.
Yeah.
Fruits.
Um, oh
I know
no,
you got your routine, Matt.
we do team fruits, usually bananas and some bread. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
depending on the time of the game also, because like afternoon games are kind of actually no, both afternoon and evening games are kind of awkward because you don't want to eat too much before a game.
Right.
Like I think the more or less rule of thumb is like your last big meal is about 3 4 hours before your warm up time or before your game is what I
Mm-hmm.
remember following from LaSalle, and so like that's what I've followed ever since. So then you would go if your game is at 4, so that means your warm up is around 3. So the last time you eat heavy is like
One.
11, eleven
Okay, there you
thirty,
go.
and then you travel pa or you'd like meet at school, or even well with us, yeah, you'd travel pa. I'd prepare, double check all like the uniforms and everything, and then prior to that you would have something light, maybe some bread. I'm not too big on like protein bars and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be,
Yeah.
and but more recently, not really. Yeah. Then obviously you'd have your we the team would bring fruits, so typically bananas.
So you go banana,
That's
I
You
every
go
guess.
sport.
banana.
I mean, is that personal? I don't know. I'm in a weird spot because like half the stuff should the team would technically provide, like kinesio tape, squeeze bottle,
I think it counts as
painkillers.
essential if you make sure you grab a banana before every game, and it's right there. So I think you're cool.
I guess sure. Let's
Whatever.
go. Let's go banana.
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
See,
the
mine
next
really
book?
is just drinks and food. What is this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't have any
Yeah.
equipment.
Well, you said you are it's like the kitman designer. You said you wanted to get something new or for a change of pace. Are you going bread for your last, or are you going kit or something
Um,
else? You have specific
uh,
socks, specific compression
let's
shorts,
see.
this brand, or oh no, I'm gonna feel bad, right? Like with me with my elite socks.
Yeah, no. Even with your socks, we have team socks. So like
So you
Nah,
can't really
that
choose, right? You
actually,
can't be Arthur.
technically, everything on your list, Claro, should not be allowed. But
Yeah, I was just saying,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, I could have gone very creative, but it will be very bad though. But I can get into detail when I give my pick. Yeah,
Nah, I mean, to each his own. Everyone's
yeah,
got their own
hmm
little thing.
yeah. I'll just add that to
I'm
the
trying
simple
to
one.
go through like in my head what I do
Hmm
for game day stuff. Obviously, you
Yeah,
prepare the usual. You prepare spikes.
Oh, that
Um,
sucks.
your your post game. I mean, team travel shirt. Obviously, you don't have to. I mean, uniforms are all together. Shin guards, water bottle.
Bread, pasta.
Uh, oh,
as
okay.
a
Well,
food.
it's not. Oh, sorry. Okay, actually, here, fine. Game day
Food's
essential.
fine. Huh? Yeah.
Um, is I always have um, mom spaghetti.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice. There you go.
that's my go-to game day pre-game meal.
And if we worry about food, I mean, that's what fuels us, right? And as an athlete, you
Yeah,
gotta chug. So
and
it's
then
literally your mom's spaghetti, not M&M's, right?
yeah,
It's really
no,
mom's
no, no.
spaghetti in the Nierras
It's got to
house.
be mom's. It can't be like I don't like Jollibee spaghetti, Macdo
It
spaghetti.
has to be your
Mm-hmm.
The
mom's spaghetti.
one time my mom forgot it, and I went with Pancake House spaghetti,
Yeah,
which
how
That
is
was
is
like
that
good.
for you?
which I mean, okay, real quick, Pancake House spaghetti has changed. I think ever since they changed
Owners.
owners.
Yeah.
Yeah, even like the whole, not just the spaghetti, like the whole
Even the
menu
chicken.
kind of
Yeah.
the taste changed a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But like if yeah, like no choice, mom didn't get to make it. Pancake House is
Go to.
my go to. Yeah.
Pancake house. Okay. But
I
mom's
was gonna say
spaghetti. Can't go
pasta,
wrong.
Matt, but
So yeah, when you mentioned pasta,
I
then
know
it
I was
finally
like,
hit
oh,
me.
I
Yeah.
Yeah.
should I give it that. Okay, me, my iPod, music.
iPod.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah, my music,
iPod.
my earphones. Okay, during my time it was CDs.
Yeah. Yeah, but even the iPod's like getting phased out because it's all
iPods.
iPhone, right? Because the phone's so
Yeah,
go to now,
basta
Spotify
music.
streaming.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
basta music. Yeah.
For me, it's gotta be the double cheeseburger after. Yeah.
Wow, you guys are all food. I'm
I
like,
don't mine is
Mine, yeah, mine really is just food and drinks.
yeah, no,
yeah.
you guys all food.
Yeah. Mine would have been pretty bad if we really went out. I get a sausage egg McMuffin before the game and then
Oh my
coffee.
goodness.
There's a hash brown. Greggy would be happy though, but I
Actually,
felt
hash
good
browns are good.
kasi
I actually
potato
would.
eh. Yeah. I felt
Yeah.
good. Like my last year of just playing competitively, I'd have McDo for every game and I felt I had a good season. But it's not good, right? That would have been there, would have been pretty horrible. Embarrassing
Yeah.
right next to a pro athlete. So that's the draft, right? You guys
Wow. Not
happy
like
with
you
it?
hit it.
We pulled it off, Matt. We had
I
doubts
wanted to put
yesterday talking about
pasta.
this topic,
Yeah,
right?
it's good. It's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, you have a thing with your topics always getting stolen. You should pick them a bit earlier.
No, no, I helped Matt with the pasta
Okay, okay.
and the banana.
Yeah. I wanted to say
So
Pocari too, but Matt gave his list. I'm like, fair play. Like,
yeah,
oh, you shared
yeah,
it. I'm not
fair,
taking
fair.
anything there. But props made me think more. But there you go. So Matt, you
That's
cool with that list? Or like, oh no, I should have added this.
I'm going over it real quick. I'm still like playing the whole thing through my head, and
Yeah.
most of the stuff the team would have it covered. It was
Right.
just more,
yeah,
I guess, yeah, your individual things. Like,
Sure.
um, I
yeah.
have some teammates who will like have pre workout, pre game drinks.
Mm.
If they need to take that, some people just drink like Red Bull or
Mhm.
Cobra, that kind of stuff.
Sting. Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Staying,
and
staying, yeah.
then I'm trying to think. I mean, someone else is in charge of speakers. I'm not a big music person. I mean, I like my
Oh,
music,
okay.
but like, I'm not like I need.
Pump to pump
I
you
had
up.
it. Yeah, I don't really do pump up music. If anything, I
Yeah.
Yeah.
actually like the slower stuff because I feel like it helps me stay calm a bit more.
Okay.
Because like for how I'm not like the really hyped person.
Mm.
I want to say I'm a bit more
Chill.
chill and like especially like collected with my thoughts because
Yeah.
I think for a lot of pro athletes you don't realize that like half of it is really mental.
Yeah, that's right.
Because most of the time, physically, you're there. That's what training is for. But the mental side of how the game is going, what you're supposed to do, all that stuff is not underrated, but I guess in that sense, I
A
guess yeah,
must.
Yeah,
underrated.
yeah.
Yeah, so like it's one of the things I learned over time to be more aware of. I think in
Mhm.
college, yeah, you'd be part of the whole like wear headphones because everyone's wearing headphones, but also like it gets noisy in the bus, and like I'd want to like it was more have headphones and just play music to have my thoughts to myself and
Zone
like
out.
the,
That's
Yeah.
the
me.
yeah to
That's me.
zone out.
That's me. To zone
Not
out.
sorry, not zone out, but more zone in. Like you're more
Get.
focused. Yeah,
Zone out
Mhm.
them, then zone in on you. Something
Mhm.
like
yeah,
that. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm like that. And when
Mhm.
I work out as well, don't talk to me. You know, like yeah, that's
same,
the yeah.
same.
Music, don't talk to me.
Mhm.
Oh
Say
yeah.
even with like working, even working on jersey designs and stuff. I'm just like my sisters will try to talk to me about something. I'm like, don't, no, I cannot, I can't with you right now. I'm working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's after Matt already has to deal with me or my cousin or a client. Yeah. So that does it. I'm glad we pulled it off,
Yeah.
despite the some reservations here and there. But whew, Matt,
Good.
thanks a lot. Wow. See,
Dude,
this
I
thing can go on
Stallion
and
better
on.
get a sponsorship out of this already.
Oh
Shit.
yeah,
Yeah. Look at
Alright,
definitely. We're
that.
Mountain Dew,
gonna
Pizza Hut.
Yeah,
Fuck.
they do. They should.
we post the results, so we're gonna tag him, and then
We're
we're
gonna
gonna
tag.
tag Stallion, so they see it right there.
The
Yes.
It's
I
on the
saw
plate.
I saw this fan Sabrina. I think Sabrina showed it to me. It was a. It's been a long time though. It's like the ideal the ideal sponsor for Stallion is Red Horse.
Yeah, given the
Oh
Yeah,
history.
God.
obviously,
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
that's actually the story of the whole Stallion logo. Is it started because the team back in Barota, that was their go-to.
Oh,
So
you
the
didn't say
the
that. They
initial
named
the
it. They
initial the
named it.
initial logo was based off of
The
the
smiling
the
horse.
Stallion Red
Hmm.
Horse logo, and then it evolved from that. And then
Nice.
I don't know. I don't know if the league though has restrictions
Yeah, they
on
do.
Alcohol.
alcohol. Yeah.
They do. They do.
Okay. Also,
That's a good thing.
gambling I think
Yeah,
is
gambling,
a newer.
political,
Yeah.
cigarettes, tobacco. Yeah,
Hmm.
all not allowed.
Let's just say SMC, San Miguel Corporation works, because that's a big umbrella with a lot of
Yeah,
companies. So that's the
yeah.
best way to go with Stallion. You
Yeah,
know,
they have
SMC.
like
Who
50
knows?
basketball teams. Why don't you have a football team?
Right.
All
Exactly.
right.
So I think that does it. See, we can go on and on. Great conversation. Matt, thank
Yes.
you again for your time. We'll put you
Thank
backstage and
you.
then we will just close the show. Thanks a lot
All
again.
right.
Thank
Catch you
you.
in a bit.
Thanks, Matt.
So,
Woo!
great way again. See, we can just go on and on. This great blabber session, learning about Matt again. Told you, I'm excited for the Copa Claudio. What do you think?
Yes, I'm excited to watch the game and excited to announce as well. Being the
Hmm.
announcer for the
Don't
Copa.
say Red Horse, huh? Don't say
No,
Red
I won't
Horse.
say Red Horse.
That'll be a good laugh, though. I love it.
Red
Yeah,
Horse. No,
Red Horse
but
San Miguel.
I can't wait to see the young ones playing for Stallions and the new signings of the team. No,
Hmm.
I can't wait for that. And yeah, so
All
it's
right.
good to see Matt again here. And
Of
I
course.
hope we get a copy, a
Jersey,
shirt.
another
Yeah,
side of
like
the
the
jersey.
that tie dye jersey for at least the two
Hmm.
of us.
Well, that's, I
All
guess
right.
that's up to you if you want to renew the deal. Guts Apparel next month. So, ding ding, there you go. Guys, Cara Manzano here on behalf of Claudia Perrine. Pretty long episode. It's always a good time to chat with
Yes.
buddies from Stallion SC. So, we'll catch Matt at the backstage, and it's time to run the closing.
Bye
Bye, guys.
bye.
Peace out.
Bye.